Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man. It's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to Cocktails. Dirty discussions with Kiki and Medinah Monroe. Yeah.
Today's cocktail is called a apple cider mimosa, and that's exactly what you need. You need 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon, 1 bottle of bubbly. And how you're going to make this is you are going to, on a small plate, mix the sugar and cinnamon, dip the flute in water to wet the rims, then dip in the mixture. Fill the flute halfway full with apple cider, then top with champagne. And that's an apple cider mimosa. I couldn't think of a sexy little name today because my brain is exhausted, but that sounds tasty to me.
Apple flavored stuff. You know, I don't really like any of the juices. Like, all those juices with the pineapple, apple cider. I don't like apple cider. The rosé ciders are okay, but yeah, I don't know. It reminds me of what I think pee would taste like, and I don't know why I even say that because I don't know what pee tastes like. Never tried it, but anyway, you guys, welcome back to Cocktails Dirty Discussions. How was your week?
My week was full, girl, full. Even though I'm happy that people are getting married, I'm always happy when it starts to dwindle down and it's almost over with, because the shit is just so time consuming and tiring and quite frankly expensive. So I worked a lot during the week, and then my girlfriend Ingrid is getting married, so we had to switch. Poor bride, she had to change up all of her wedding plans because of COVID. So while we were supposed to be in Miami for the bachelorette party, that couldn't happen. So we did it in Atlanta. Yeah, we still had a good time. There was some, girls always have a little tad bit of drama, but it was fun. It was a great, long, tiring weekend, bro.
Yeah, I'm tired. My sister came out here for the weekend, and she brought all 3 of her children. So they were coming out here, by herself. Her husband had to work, and he just started a new job. But anyway, they were coming out here to see their other grandmother. And she lives down in Columbus, I want to say. So she wanted to spend some time with the girls. So they flew to Atlanta, and then they drove up to pick the girls up. So me and Mallory got to hang out, like, I guess that was Saturday, just us 2. And then they came back on Sunday afternoon. She got so fucked up. I don't know how. And like we went out and had lunch. She like ran some errands with me, and then we came back to the house, and she was still drinking. I had stopped, and I guess that's what did it in, because
Mallory said, "I'm kid free, husband free. Turn up."
On Sunday we went to go eat, and she was like, I don't want anything else to drink. I will have water." But we had a good time. It was nice to hang out, and I had a lot of fun with my nieces. We made a mukbang video. They really wanted to do that. They love making YouTube videos. So I set up all the stuff in the kitchen so that we could do it. They told some crazy stories. So I'm going to try and get that edited at some point this week and just put it on my YouTube. But the stuff that comes out of their mouth is just so crazy at times. I'm like, who are these kids? Where did y'all come from? And then...
Don't you love being an aunt?
I was texting everybody. I don't want kids. This was exhausting, and that was just, I wasn't even around them that long, but they were just like turned up. Then it was Raven's birthday, so we went to dinner one night and hung out with her. We didn't do a whole lot. She didn't really want to do a lot this year. And then what else did we do? I guess that was it. It was a long weekend. I'm still tired.
Oh,
so tired.
Girl, we
Sorry,
both tired.
y'all.
We both tired.
I'm trying to like pick it up.
I'm trying to pick it up too. I am so sorry, y'all. I'm tired. I am just exhausted. My sister's pregnant. I can finally talk about it now because she exposed herself. It's exciting, but it's sad. She has a condition called hyperemesis, and you guys Google it. She basically lives in the ER, so she hasn't been able to enjoy the pregnancy. But she is pregnant. And I can't wait to meet my little niece. I think it's gonna be a girl, so I'm saying a niece.
Well, good luck with that. I love having nieces.
Excited.
I guess that's it for me. I don't have anything else to share.
Yeah. I was going to bring up our birthdays, but I'll just wait until the next episode.
You are ready. You're ready for these birthdays. Okay. Today we have a guest with us. Let's welcome Madam Carmen. How are you?
I'm well. How are you guys?
We're doing well.
Yeah. Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for coming, Madam Carmen. Before we start to play our game, to loosen everybody up, tell our listeners a little bit about yourself and what you do.
I'm a femdom, or you can call myself a dominatrix. I've been one for almost 10 years now. I'm a part of the BDSM lifestyle. I'm very pro sex. I'm very much so pro sex work. I have my own brand and event called Kiki. It's actually one that's coming up this weekend. Yes.
Okay. So what do y'all do there?
Huh? Well, it's an event that I created to be able to help educate people who are interested in being a part of the BDSM lifestyle, who are actually interested or just curious or just want to spice up their bedroom. They come and get to explore and play with us kinky folks. And of course, I do a couple of demonstrations before I let everybody out in a while to go play. And I always stress to them, the pros and the cons of BDSM, as well as the rules and guidelines that we must follow. It's like as far as consent and making sure that we practice our safe words and safety and everything else. So.
Well, girl, we got a lot of questions because whenever anybody calls themselves a professional anything, I always want to know, okay, well, what steps did you take and what makes you a professional? But first, we are going to play a game. Here on Cocktails, we play a little game called the scenario game. So we're going to give you some scenarios and some options, and you'll pick one, and then we'll get into our discussion.
All right, I'll go first. This one says, you meet a guy, you have sex with him, then you go to your gynecologist appointment that just so happens to be the following week after your hookup. The doc tells you that you have chlamydia. Yikes. How do you tell the guy? A, you don't. B, send him a text. Or C, call him along with any other guys you've hooked up with in the same time frame. Tell him you got tested and you have the clap and are unsure if you got it from him, but he should probably get tested. The responsible thing.
Most likely C.
C, yeah.
Most likely C. Because any other ones come with karma, and I'm good on that.
That happened to one of my friends, and she was so responsible. And I was like, wow, that is great of you. She was like, it was so uncomfortable.
I mean, we just have to face the reality behind being adults and sex. Like,
I've definitely gotten some calls before, like, I got tested and I have this, you should get tested.
I've never got the call before, and it always makes me wonder, am I just dealing with people who are irresponsible, or have I just dodged the bullet? Call before. I've never got the call before.
That's why you take us off.
Okay. Here's the second one, Carmen. You have been talking to a guy for a couple of weeks. He asked you to come over for a movie night. You go. Things get a little hot and heavy. He only wants some head, though. Nothing more, nothing less. You like sucking dick, so you give him the head. B, ask him why he doesn't want to return the favor. Or C, leave and don't talk to him anymore because he's childish.
Is he only wanting head?
He just wants you to suck his dick, nothing else.
And this is somebody I just met? Or we just
yeah, y'all been talking for a couple of weeks.
Y'all been talking for a couple of weeks.
Nah, I'm leaving. I'm out.
I'm telling you right now, I'm leaving. That's so rude to me. I don't know why. Unless it's like your birthday.
And why just head? You don't want the main attraction?
I will tell you, the times in my life that I have only given a dude head, I was very young and stupid, and I felt
nothing wrong with.
used.
I personally think there's nothing wrong with giving head in any random moment. But for someone that I've just met and that's all that they want, if I feel that way and comfortable enough to be able to do that to them, then we set the tone right there. Like that's what this gonna be about.
But I want to be able to ask. I want something too.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like that first option exists, though. It's a reason why that's an option, because there are women out here that actually are okay with a man saying, "Hey, you want to give me some head?" It's straight and direct. You know exactly what he wants, and if you want the same thing, I feel like go for it. But me personally, no, good.
Okay, last one. You're on a first date. The guy is extremely awkward, and you are not having a good time. Do you A, act like you're going to the bathroom and dip? B, tell him he's a nice guy, but you don't think y'all are a good match in the date? Or C, have an attitude for the rest of the date?
A.
You mean?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember if I've ever done that. I think I usually just like finish the date and that's it.
It's nothing. I tell people it's absolutely nothing wrong with ghosting people as long as you're doing it in an appropriate fashion.
What's an appropriate way to ghost somebody?
Way to go to the bathroom. I'm not just looking in front of your face.
I feel like you should just be like, I'm ready to go. I'm not enjoying myself. I always try to give people like a chance because, like sometimes how you can be awkward when you first meet somebody or someone makes you nervous. So I try to like tough through it because they might think the same thing about me and I could just be nervous. But like I won't see you again.
Yeah.
Or then I say this about the trip. We ain't even have to explain all that. I'm just going to leave.
Okay. Well, before we get into our discussion, I'm going to go ahead and move on to weird sex. So
you said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. A man is absolutely not a necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
Sex. So this week's weird sex. Lockdown, has been really tough for a lot of people, especially the swinger community. Now, there's this British couple who have planned an end of lockdown swinger party for about 50 fucking people. Of course, these people are rich as fuck because where the fuck are you going with 50 fucking people in a time like this when a lot of places are still closed? They're doing it at their mansion. This guy is like millionaire, filthy rich, and 72. He is known in the area that they live in Britain, for having these sex parties. But 5 years ago, somebody died. He had a James Bond themed orgy at the house and somebody died. So he's been having a hard time since then. And then COVID came and just shut the whole shit down, but they're ready to get it popping again. So him and his partner, who's a nurse, have decided that they're going to do this party. I don't think that it has happened yet. They said that they were going to be doing all sorts of like taking extra measures. But when people are having these parties and things like this, I'm like, how the hell are you taking any measures if it's a swinger party? Is everybody just going to be 6 feet away masturbating? Because at some point you gotta get together. I don't know. I'll find out what happens with the orgy party or the swinger party. But his wife says she doesn't even participate. She just likes to host the parties and she likes to socialize. She doesn't play with anyone and he does all the fucking. Could y'all see yourselves having that sort of arrangement with a partner where it's like you're just making food and snacks and refilling drinks a day while the other one is fucking everybody?
Well, I want to know
the faces you were making.
How rich is this man?
A multimillionaire.
Because
I don't know how many millions. He's rich. She's a she's a nurse.
Old. At this point, I might be okay with it.
I could see myself being like, I don't even want to help with the snacks. I'll be upstairs in my wing of the house. You guys carry on. Don't bring that Corona shit in the house. You need to stay outside. Oh, that's the other thing. They're going to be outside.
Yeah.
Not inside.
And as far as the COVID precautions, I'm just starting to look at every place now. Like they say that they're taking these precautions, but they just say it to ease everyone's minds. Because I've been to places now where I'm like, this is not, even on the airplane, it's like, y'all, This don't make no sense. We skip a seat, but then everybody stands up to get off the
Why
plane.
do people
right neck
rush
to
off
neck.
the plane like that? I do not understand. Like, everybody gets up as soon as we land, and that little ding goes off, and it's just like, but the door ain't open.
Where
the door
are
is
you
not
going?
open.
The door ain't open.
It's your layover. Because that just happened to me recently. I had a session and somebody booked me for a session in New Orleans. I missed my layover because I didn't rush like everybody else did. It was 3 people. No, it was like a good 10 of us from that same flight that missed it. But it was like three people that were like, as soon as the plane landed, they had their bags with them and they were like off the plane. And I didn't realize why they were rushing because I was asking that same question, like, what the hell? We all going the same place. And that was when I realized that I should have had my black ass running too, because I had to wait 3 hours for my next flight. So that running counts sometimes.
Have to be more careful. You need a longer layover time next time.
It's just the flights, the way they book them.
Okay, so back to you, Madam Carmen.
Madam
So,
Carmen.
where are you from?
I'm from St. Louis originally.
Okay. And where are you now?
But you live in
I live
Houston.
in Houston for almost 10 years now.
And so how did you get into being a professional dominatrix?
I mean, I studied BDSM on my own, like leisure time, just doing a little bit more research on it and exploring the things that I would like or would like to explore. And it got to a point where I started doing cam girl work, like sex work on cam. And I had like a nice fan base, a nice following at that point. And some of my fans were just kind of like, really into the financial domination portion of like domination. And they were like, take my money. I'm just like, okay, we can do this. So did that and established relationships with them. They helped build up like my toy box that I have now. And I just kind of like, I was already practicing and participating with like certain partners, like lovers that I was involved with at that time. But then it got to a point to where I was like, you know what, I think I can start marketing myself and like, selling, like advertising myself as a professional dom. Like I feel like I can get to that point to where I can do that. And I started off with, like basic little sessions here and there, until I got to.
What's a basic session?
Like a basic pegging session or a spanking session, foot worship, just something that's not as extreme on the extreme levels of BDSM. Like it was just basic play, just me just trying to learn different skills and stuff like that. I was always transparent and honest with any play partners that I did have. I was letting them know like I'm still trying to learn the ropes of these things, and they were patient with me. So, once I finally got like my own little niche and I got myself together, then it just kind of took off. It kind of spoke for itself. Like your reputation kind of precedes you because, once you build up a clientele, and a lot of my clients were okay with the fact that I filmed them. Like they were perfectly fine with that. So once I posted those things, people were like contacting those people. Like, so did you really have a session with Madam Carmen and how was it? Like, is it worth the money? Is it worth it? It's like a reference. And they'll literally call me they'll literally, inbox me, DM me, message me, email me and say, this so-and-so sub, referred you. Like, and I would love to have a session. And now it just kind of just comes with like being a part of this lifestyle for so long that, if I say that I'm coming in town, people are like, oh, I finally get to have my opportunity to have a session with Madam Carmen.
So when you say that you did your research, what does that entail with this type of work? Is it just like you get on Google and you're like, how to become a dom?
I didn't do the how to become a dom. I learned about BDSM. I'm more a part of the lifestyle than just the money aspect of it and just becoming like a dom. Like I wanted to know why I wanted to be a dom. Like I wanted to know if domination was even for me, because maybe I could be a submissive or maybe I'm a switch. There's different roles than just dom and sub within this lifestyle, and I wanted to study all of those aspects because I wanted to know where I was better position and place, because I know there was a place for me. I just wanted to know where my place was. So finding and discovering that was going through the research of basically first things first is breaking down BDSM, the actual acronym, and then going from there. Everything else stems from that, and you work your way down.
So what I mean are the steps. What steps did you take? Is it like reading books? Is it going to classes? Is there like a school for this?
Own courses now, but you can go they have, well, I know in Houston we have courses in our LGBT community. They have a lot of kink spaces and like BDSM friendly open spaces for people to be able to express like their experiences within this community. We also have a website called FetLife.
Is that what you did?
I was very private about mine, and I was very, very reserved with mine, like, and just solo. I didn't really venture out and explore. Plus, like, I was when I first, like, really started studying it, I was in a small town. So I didn't really have too many people to interact with, which has made it easier for me to be able to study. But at the same time, though, to be able to actually practice it, I only was able to do that when I had lovers or partners. So,
so when you were saying how you were marketing yourself, what did you actually do to market yourself? Were you like posting videos on Twitter? Or what?
I started off on Tumblr.
Tumblr, okay.
So I started off on Tumblr because, like I said, me being a cam girl, I had already established that from having like mini vids and all of that. Like, I've already had my content being sold, so they already knew me as that. And then I had to take myself, I had to give myself a self-evaluation. Like, is this like all I want to be seen as? Is just this cam girl, or do I want to be viewed and respected or viewed in a certain way outside of that? And that was when I kind of I retired from like the cam girling and actually really focused on like establishing my own brand and stuff, which is where it got me at now. I just went public about being a dom last year, but I've been a dom for so long. It's just only people who were close to me knew. I just kept it so private.
Do you work another job, or is this solely your...
I'm in healthcare. I've been in healthcare since I was 16, 31.
Oh, wow. So how did you establish what your rates would be for everything?
The first time, I got humbled. They were established for me. And that's what I tell people. So, like, my first session, I was trying to charge him $200, and he was like, "No, I'm going to give you $50." I was like, okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
He
like,
said he wants 75% off.
He was like, "I don't know you, and you don't know what the hell you're doing. I'm not going to pay you $200 to do something that you have no clue." And it made sense.
So what were you doing with this person?
It was a pegging session. Session, and that's something that will be worth $200 if you know what the hell you're doing.
So, okay, when you were pegging him, this first client of yours that has humbled you, how did it go?
My first time.
Walk us through it. This exact experience that you're talking about, the one who said, "I'm not giving you 200, you can have 50." You get there, boom.
I don't think I had a session with that particular person, but I think I had one. The first time I had a session, but that particular time when he said he was going to pay me $50, I was like, let me see if I can get 80 more out of someone else. Like, I was just trying to see, you gotta kind of play with your numbers. I have to do the same thing with cam girl. Like, when you're selling your own videos and your own content, I didn't use the platforms of OnlyFans and stuff. So
no, but how did the action go? We want to know how the action of the first time you pegging a nigga went. That's what we want to know.
I mean, it went. The guy was more. I was more novice than he was. He was more experienced than I was. I wasn't the first. It wasn't his first pegging session, so he taught me a lot. He bought my first strap-on harness and attachment. Like, he got me my first little strap-on kit. I tried it out on. He put it on me.
And you grabbed his booty and just started dipping it in.
Work like that.
How does it work?
Okay. Well, yeah, like I said, once he put the strap on me, we had a conversation about rules and limitations and all of that, and safety and stuff. Yeah,
that's responsible.
I have to make sure I say these things because that's a part of my career. Like, that's a part of what I do. So, like I said, when we had once we discussed all our limitations and stuff like that, that's when we started our session. And I mean, it was just slow glide in there. It wasn't anything extreme. I wasn't professional in it. Like, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So you don't want to go into someone's asshole and fuck up their shit, literally.
Well, yeah. What position were y'all in?
He was on all fours the first time, and then he laid on his stomach because I couldn't get it in the right way. Once I got it in there, I massaged the hell out of his prostate, and that was pretty much the first time I had a strap session. It was pretty.
How would you rate your stroke game?
Now?
Now.
What I'm known for. I have a very good stroke game. That's what I'm known for.
How'd you figure out like what to do? Were you like mimicking when somebody fucks you, or you just music? Okay.
So I like settings, and I always set the tones and the moods for my sessions. So all sessions are different, and they're special and specific to the person that I'm having my sessions with.
What's your favorite type
of sessions?
Like the vibe and the mood and everything that you're going for, where you really enjoy that one more than the rest, maybe.
Someone who's very, very, very masochistic. Someone who loves pain. That's my favorite. Because that means I can do a lot more to you. You have a lot less limitations on what I can do to you.
What kind of music you like to play for those clients?
FKA Twigs, Nirvana, a lot of rock, a lot of house music.
Do you bring them to your house, or do you get like a hotel room?
Only people that come to my house is people who I do business with, I break bread with. But no, I have my own dungeon space now. At first I didn't, but I would use hotels until I have established a relationship with them enough to where we would do it at their house. But that's very, very rare. I have like 3 subs now. I have 4 regulars now. But I only go to one house but I've been going to his house for 7 years. So
that's a long time.
So how do you meet these people, and how do you make sure you're safe?
The first time I met clientele was on Craigslist before they did all the whole shutdown because of sex workers and all of that. You meet them on Craigslist. You do a lot of vetting and screening. A lot of sex workers have to do that period anyway. And that's just how you choose to do it specific to yourself. I know some sex workers that'll tell you take a picture of yourself with 3 fingers up just to verify that it's you. And you have to be to your face. They can't send you a picture like this. It has to be 3 fingers wearing a certain color sometimes just to make sure that it's you. That means you can't find it on Google. You can't just take something off somebody else's social media page and send it to them. It's specific to you. That's how you screen people.
What do you like to do?
I FaceTime, meeting us in a neutral spot where I know that if I scream really loud, I'll be all right. I mean, I'm to a point now where screening is easier because of who I am. That's kind of how it is. Like, because my face is now attached to who I am, like, people knew who Madam Carmen was, especially in Houston. So, especially in the kink community in Houston, when I started to come out and I'm like, hi, I'm Madam Carmen, they're like, you're Madam Carmen? That's how it was. And I'm just like, how you know who the fuck I am? I've been, under wraps. Like, I've been out in the cut somewhere. Like, how the hell you know? But that's just how, like, submissives would talk. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, she fucked the shit out of my ass, or we had a great session, or whatever the case may be. And that's how I said it. So it kind of, it's more so, like, now I have people that'll say, I would like to have a session with you. And since I have my own event, I'm like, well, come to my event, meet me. That crazy at my event, I have a whole staff, so I'm okay.
Have you ever had an experience like that where somebody was like acting crazy?
No, I had one. The only issue that I've ever had for the past 9 years I've been doing this was one person trying not to give me all of my money.
Oh, hell no. How did they try not to give you the money?
So what did
he gave me
like
balled
had cash
money.
and short?
He tried to, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was bullshitting. I had already knew though. So that's the thing about me. I'm very good at reading people. You kind of have to be in this type of field. So beforehand, that's why I said professionalism. Professionalism comes first before anything, because you gotta, as a dom, have to be aware of your scene at all times. So as soon as someone hits my scene, I'm automatically responsible for them, their health and all of that. So I had a particular guy come in. He was a bartender or something, so he was kind of tipsy. He was like, I had bought me some drink or whatever from work before I came here. So he was already inebriated a little bit. So I kept my eye out on that. I asked him, you know, then once he got there and he was inebriated, you know, there are certain things that I do because I don't care if you're high, off weed, whatever. I just need to ask you some questions to see how alert and oriented you are. So I did ask him some questions. I had him do the same little stand on one foot. I just wanted to see his balance, and he passed. He was just like, and he was an asshole about it, like more so of, I did it, so now can we have this session? Can we start now? And he was just really bratty about it, and I just was kind of like, you know, like I said, my eyes were a little bit bigger, and I'm more aware in this particular moment. But yeah, towards the end of the scene, this particular session was a deep throating session. I had my strap on, and he just wanted me to like fuck his whole throat up. So, that. After the session, I already told him how much everything is before you even see my face. Like before you even meet me, you already know how everything is gonna go. So he was like, "You said this amount, right?" And I was like, I just looked at him like, "You know what the fuck I said? Don't play with me." At that point was when I had to, like, I have security where that particular dungeon was. So, like, I had opened the door, and I just kind of left the door open a little bit. I didn't say anything. I just kind of left the door open. I just wanted him to see I ain't by myself.
Yeah.
He was just like, okay, well, let me... He just started digging in his bag and pretending like he's looking in there. I'm just sitting here and I said, you know, you wasting my fucking time. I got things I got to fucking do. I'm only going to give you 2 more minutes before I get frustrated. And he's like, okay, gosh. And just kept looking around, drinking his beer and just looking around. I said, okay, look, I'm going to open this door all the way now. So I opened the door all the way and I said, what's up? Because you know how much money you gave me. You gave me a ball of money.
This is like a drug dealer. It's like, give me my money, son.
It's just, you know, it's a respect thing. Like, regardless of anything, it's respect.
You set your price and that's it.
Did he give it to his car or not? Oh, yeah, you were bold.
And I was already ready, no matter what happened. So, like, that was like the only time that... And when I went back to the front and I told front desk, like, security what happened, she was just like, she's a trans woman. She was just like, he lucky he would have saw a woman running with heels on. I'm like, that's where we at. Cause I mean, we about to be out here. But he gave my money. I ain't never seen him before after that, but.
Yeah, I bet.
So, Madam Carmen, what all do you offer?
like sessions? Like.
What all can people ask you to do? Like, you don't have sex with them, or do you get penetrated?
Nobody
or no?
Penetrates me. At most, I will use my own toy on me to tease them.
Okay.
And this is like, I've let myself, I have another regular who likes playing with my butt. So I'll let him like vibrate, like use my little vibrator to play with my butt because he just enjoys it and that just brings him joy. So he'll ask me, and he's bought me stuff that he knows that's like not extreme. That he'll say, you know, can I, you know, play with your butt if I'm a good boy? And I'm just like, you know, if we have a good session. At the end of the session, I'll let you, you know, pleasure my asshole, and that's perfectly fine. So, you know, once all of that, like, once, you know, Sam, once we've established that, then yeah, that's something that we've had between ourselves that's intimate, but yeah, nobody penetrates me.
Okay, so what all do you offer?
There's fetishes and kinks. That's why I said when you're vetting and you're screening people and you're trying to like actually schedule a session with someone, that's what you discuss is the kinks and fetishes. It's what you mutually have together. That's the part of the lifestyle. It's not like a menu that I offer. It's my list of fetishes that you can work within, but not outside of.
What's on that list?
It's long.
Can you tell us a couple? Our listeners probably want to know.
Foot worship, ass worship, choking, spitting, gag ball, sissification, humiliation. It's a lot. Golden showers. It's a lot. Sensation play. So I have maybe 40 to 50, maybe no, not that many. Maybe 20 to 30 fetishes. Between 20 and 30 fetishes that I participate in actively.
What kind of toys do you like to use? Like, what's your favorite?
I have an anal fetish. I have a really, really big anal ass fetish.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter, male, female. So anything regarding an ass, I just love. So, anything like an anal plug or anal beads.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Of the anal plugs, which ones do you prefer? Like, so I got an anal training kit one time. So it's like I guess it was silicone, maybe? I don't remember, but it's soft. Then I got this metal one. Now I don't like anal shit, but I was just trying it out. Do you have a preference?
So I have, while I'm near them.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Metal. Yeah, one of these.
That's what the metal one looks like that I have with the little jewel at the bottom.
I have a shit ton of these. These are just starters. I usually sell these, used versions of these. I usually sell them to my subs. But yeah, this is a silicone. Anal plug. I prefer these. They're more body safe, and they're easier to enter. They feel more comfortable than this.
Yeah, that one never made it in. It's in a drawer somewhere. Yeah, I couldn't get it in. I even text my friend Mandy and she was like, bitch, lay on your side. Lube it up. Did you use lube? I said, of course I use lube. I said,
I have two of those metal ones, the small one and the medium size one. And I have actually...
it's so many. I have so many of them though. But
yeah, your face lit up when you brought those toys out.
If I showed you this, you probably go crazy.
It's probably gonna make me constipated. What you do with that?
Put it in your butt.
Which side? Is that side and then you use that to like pull it out? Or what?
You put rope on this or handcuffs. So this goes up your back.
Oh. So then you can be I'm trying to picture it.
How is it hooking in?
They're right here. So you keep them. If they move their hands, they're going to move that further up inside of them.
When it comes out, is there blood on it?
Probably shit if they didn't clean their ass out. That's just on some real shit. That's just being real. But that's how we perform enemas.
So with people wanting to use like the toys for the kinks, do they have to provide their own toys? And do you make sure like they're already packaged, or like do you bring some unpackaged toys? You just make sure everything's clean. Like how does that work?
It's body safe. Just like you do anything else. You wash anything in a dishwasher. It's clean and sanitized. Alcohol. It's just the same way that you would do when you go to the doctor or to the dentist. They still use the same type of medical tools and equipment on you that they would use on anybody else. It's just the way that you have to clean it. Me being in healthcare, I have all of that. So that's how I do it. And then a lot of the stuff that is incorporated in BDSM is incorporated. We have a certain scene called medical play, where you would use certain medical equipment and tools, like a speculum that you would use to get a pap. We use those for assholes in BDSM. So the same, because we use those medical equipments, we have to clean them the same way. Sounds like little metal rods that we stick in the urethras of male penises, like of humans with penises. Then yes, hold on, give me 2 seconds. But yeah, so with that's why me personally, having an anal fetish, I had to learn, because I don't want those problems. Nobody wants those problems. So you got to learn. That's what I mean when I say study and research. A lot of people hit me up and say, I want to learn. I want to do everything you're doing. I'm just like, all right. You're so gung-ho. A lot of people are just so impulsive with their decisions on being a part of this lifestyle. They really don't do the research. That's the reason why I was glad that I had to sit my ass down in the middle of this small ass town to just sit and read before I actually played, because I feel like if I would have started playing first, I would have made a lot more mistakes.
You might have got hurt.
I didn't make a lot of mistakes.
So, does your family know that this is what you do? Were they judgy about it, or were they pretty open?
I'm a free spirit. I'm a social butterfly. Right? I always compare myself to Jenny from Forrest Gump.
Jenny.
Mine is the drugs, but like how free spirited she was. Like that's how I've always been my entire life. So
your family had nothing to say about it. They were like, cool, out here working and sex.
Call me. Because his little sister is my little cousin. She lives here with me. She lives in this town with me. And we finally was just, playing catch up on the phone. And he was like, so, because I had got some shirts made for my event this weekend. And he's like, you gonna give me one to say Kink Nick so I can let everybody know? And I'm like, you sure you won't let everybody know what your cousin out here doing? And he was like, you a dominatrix, right? I could bring you some clients. And this is my 40-year-old cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the only person that probably doesn't know is my grandmother who has dementia. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty much it.
So are you in a relationship?
Like, the reason why I went like public about being a dom is because when my father passed away, my father died in 2018. That was my sole custodial parent. That was the person who raised me. So before he passed away, he already knew all about all of this. And he always told me how proud he was. He's like, you made your own decisions. You're a grown woman. You're a boss. Like, you're doing your own thing. And I'm very proud of you for doing that and making those achievements for yourself. Like, you didn't make a decision to be a part of this lifestyle because some man or somebody coerced you into doing something that you didn't know anything about. He said, you actually went and learned all about this on your own. And he said, I commend you for that. So having that validation was all enough I needed. I didn't need anybody else's validation. So when he left this earth, I was like, I can live my life in peace knowing that he gave me the okay that his daughter was doing something that makes her happy, and he was okay about that. So I went on ahead and went public about it. Like, you can judge me how you want. I'm good.
But you're comfortable with you. Are you dating? Are you in a relationship?
I'm dating. I'm in a relationship. I'm queer. I have a woman.
How long have y'all been together?
He's a dom too.
Oh. How does that work?
So how does that work?
Do y'all take turns?
In y'all's
relationship life.
Because BDSM and your vanilla life is two different things. Your sex life is passionate and just between you. It's intimate, specific to that person. When I have my sessions, like I said, it's specific to my particular clientele, that particular submissive that I'm playing with. But there's like no emotional attachment to that. If that makes sense. Like, I don't have an emotional attachment to my submissives as I would with
that's
my
work.
women. Right. It's also pleasure too. And I build relationships with these people, but they understand that like it only going to go so far. Like, I'm only going to be your madam. I'm only going to be your dom. I'm not going to be your woman, your wife, girlfriend, any of that. Like, this is about my title going to be in your life. And if you're okay with establishing that relationship with me, where we build upon that type of dom sub relationship, then we can do that. And that's the reason why I have subs that have been in my life for 5, 6, 7 years. They know about my woman. They ask me about her all the time. How's she doing? She doing fine. Did she cook today? Yeah, she sure did. It was delicious.
I'd be like, shut the fuck up and stop asking me about my life.
I mean, they're just curious because they know she's a dom too.
I get it, but I'd be like, shut up. I didn't tell you to ask me that.
So if somebody wanted to, lately I've been big into role play. If someone asks you, how can I role play? I don't want to be like an actual dom, but let's say I just want to do it for my man or my woman. What scenes do you suggest? How do you get into character?
The music helps. So before I have my sessions, this is my woman cave that I'm in. I come in here. I get myself made all up. This is where all my kink wear is, my fetish wear, my toys, all this stuff is in here. So I get myself mentally prepared in here. Based off of the type of scene we're going to have. So we'll we'll talk about it. Sometimes, like with my regulars, I already know what kind of scene we're gonna have. So we do a lot of role play. I have a sub. Me and my submissive, we do a lot of role play. Like he's a maid, and like I'm the owner of the house. I'm the queen of the house or whatever. Or we do a lot of pet play where he's my little puppy, my doggy. So in those types of particular scenes, yeah, it's like you set your mood in your head. It's kind of hard to explain. Like,
how do you stay in character? Like, have you ever broken out of it and started laughing? I think I would be like, what the fuck is going on?
Like the last time me and my son, we did pet play, I had him walk me across the whole house on his back. Like he rode me on his back around his whole house. He was tired as shit.
Yeah, I bet.
Bad knees. But he did that for an hour. Frontwards and backwards.
You weren't tired? I'd be tired riding.
I was laughing. You asked me about laughing. I got so tired of riding because of how the ride was. It wasn't smooth. He was tired, so he was, and my body's like this on his back, and I'm just like, I'm gonna just keep doing it because you are real. I want you to fall, and that's what he did. He ended up like falling on the floor and was like, "Madam," and I'm like, "You can't go no further, huh?"
Oh my God.
Do you ever call people fat ass?
I call them bitches and sissies. Like fat? No.
I didn't know if people have to be politically correct when they're in Dom character. Or can you say the things that aren't correct? Like, have you ever had somebody want to do something racist
I've
with you?
had a guy say something that I felt was racist after the fact. Like,
what did he say?
I want to save that one for last.
That's your cocktail?
Oh, that's your cocktail? Okay.
Well. But, yeah, that's a really good one. But, like, racist, like, I don't do race play. That's a limit. I do, let me stop lying. I do race play on my end. Me being the superior, never the inferior.
Even if the money was right, if they were like, I'm gonna pay you, let's say 5 stacks, and I want you to be my nigger slave.
I tell people this all the time. Like, I have a friend of mine that's a dom, and some submissives they ask her and request of her to do certain things that aren't comfortable for her. And I have to tell her, those are called limitations. You don't have to. Just because they offer you a whole bunch of money, you don't have to do it. It's like rape almost. It's like you're making yourself do something that you don't fucking want to. For money doesn't make me happy. That's why I said it's a pleasure thing for me. I didn't learn and study BDSM just to make money. If that's the case, I could have just took up stripping or some shit and get easier money. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something that I'm a part of. I'm a part of this lifestyle. So, like, when it comes to race play, I don't play about the inferior side of it. Me being called a nigger bitch or some shit like that. And those types of dynamics exist. I'm not really an advocate. I'm not really big on kink shaming. So I don't shame people for their types of fetishes and kinks that they participate in. I don't judge them for them because, like I said, I have an asshole fetish. That means I like male and female asses. And a lot of people look at me with their nose turned up, but that's just me. So I don't judge anybody for what they like. So if someone comes to me and says, hey, I want you to be my little slave nigger bitch, I'm going to let them know that's not what I'm a part of. And I don't feel comfortable with you saying that in front of me. And that's pretty much where that's going to be left at. Now, if that line is crossed, then we go from there. We cross that bridge when we get to it. But a lot of times I've had people like approach me via like DMs, like, oh, I love your little nigger bitch asshole, when I was doing like cam girl shit. But I mean, these people are like ghost pages. You can never figure out who the fuck it is behind it. And I stopped caring. I just block them and keep moving. You have to learn those things and stop being so emotionally invested in this shit. That's where a lot of people like fall off in any form of sex work. You have to understand that in some form of fashions, people are going to look at you as an object or look at you as a service. Like you're providing a service. You're like, they dehumanize you in certain perspective. That's the reason why I retired from the cam girling and was like, no, I'm demanding and commanding my dominance and my respect. So
get it, girl. Okay, we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll ask you a couple more questions and go on to Indecisive Diane.
Adam and Eve says the best part of staying at home is playing at home. Take advantage of the downtime and choose almost any one item at 50% off. When you do, you'll also get 10 free boredom-busting gifts, including 6 spicy movies, a 3-piece bonus kit, and best of all, free shipping delivered discreetly right to your door. Just remember to use offer code CockTales. That's CockTales. Again, that's CockTales at checkout. Adam and Eve has thousands of products to make you glad you are staying at home. Sex toys make being at home so enjoyable. You know I love them. Hell, even shopping from home is more enjoyable when you are shopping for sex toys. Go to adamandeve.com and use offer code CockTales to get 50% off just about any item, plus 10 free gifts. Use code CockTales at checkout.
Disconnect us from that bad foundation. Do you hear me, God? Yes, Lord. Okay, the same way. Amen.
27:04. I'm just marking the time when it messed up. Okay. So 2020, we all need to reset, refocus.
Yes, so that's what we're seeing collectively is like not just in this outside world, but in our own personal lives. Mm-hmm. If there is something that's not in alignment with you, it is meant to be destroyed. It sucks. Absolutely. Who the fuck wants to hear that the career path you've been on for the past 5 to 10 years is wrong for you? Nobody. Who wants to hear that those friends that you've been fucking with ain't good for you? Nobody. Like, this isn't news that we're like, oh my God, this is so exciting. But when you relinquish all of that old shit, you make room for what you actually need in life. Mm-hmm. Right. And that's the part that we're trying to get to. That's the feeling we're trying to get to. But in order to do that, it's like hella healing you got to do.
Man.
What? You can't get any dick?
No, I was reading something over here. I hope I can. I'm trying not to be disappointed. Because I need some today. I spent the majority of the morning masturbating. So I would like a real person.
Oh, that is grand. Okay. And we're back. That was a clip from our most recent Patreon episode. You guys remember, if you become a patron, you get some special little bonus episodes, some little goodies. So go to patreon.com/cocktails and sign up. You pick your tier. All right, Madam Carmen. I was going to ask you if you had children, but no, that was you have a nephew.
Got you. Like my child.
Got you.
My sister and me are very close. She apparently went to go get her some food and didn't. Well, that's probably what she was trying to
tell you.
Do all of that for. And I'm just like,
go away. I'm busy.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no.
Do you want to have kids one day?
I could see myself having a child.
When I was babysitting my nieces, I said, fuck no. I mean, I already said no, but like definitely no. They are a lot of work. I get tired just looking at them run around and play.
I go back and forth between the two. There are days when I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to have my little twin girls. And then there are more days when I'm like, I'm tired and I wouldn't get to sleep if you were my baby.
So shout out to the parents out there.
Shout out to the parents out there doing the Lord's work, because I'm not sure I can do it.
Only on occasion. 31.
Oh, y'all, your mind's made up.
Mine is definitely made up. I mean, I felt this way my whole life. I love kids.
Even if being involved with someone, and you don't think your mind would
say that again?
Even being involved with someone, like...
Hell no. Because that might not even be permanent. And then I'm going to be real pissed if I'm just so in love and I decide to have a kid with you and then shit don't work out. So now I got this baby that's going to look just like your ass and I got to look at him every day. I don't want to put nobody through that. I'm good. But I like other kids and I like to spend time with them. Like I have lots of nieces. I have a cousin. I'm the oldest of my siblings. It's easier for me when you can return the child and you're not truly responsible for them outside of, maybe a couple of days.
I totally get that.
Mm-hmm.
So Madam Carmen, before we move on to Indecisive Diane and advice, what are the pros and cons to being a dom? There are pros and cons to literally everything, even like doctors. I feel like the cons to being a doctor or a lawyer is you don't really get to spend a lot of time with your family. You're always on the go. What are the pros and the cons of this lifestyle?
Start with the cons first. Cons is, like I said, the dehumanization of it sometimes, the objectification, the lack of respect that sex workers get just as an entirety. We constantly deal with those types of issues within this community because of what we do. A lot of people don't think that what we do isn't considered like a job, but hell, I do a lot. So, but yeah, like that's a con. What's another con of being a dom? The constant responsibility. Even when you want to be cared for, I can say that now. I wouldn't have said that about 2 or 3 years ago. But the constant responsibility of being a dominant and being a dominant and having total control over other humans, it's just like being a parent. So that responsibility, even when you are in a position to where you just want to be cared for in that moment, it's just like you still got to make sure that they good too. I think that's kind of it's not really necessarily a con to, and you say it's kind of like a little downfall, a little bit, if you will. But it's more upsides to it than anything for me. I wouldn't have been doing it this long. The pros is being your own boss, owning your own dominance, being one with your dominance, exploring and being more liberated sexually. I love that perspective of it. This is a constant, never-ending learning journey. Like there's so many different fetishes and kinks to explore. Like you'll never stop learning. Like you always educate yourself if you want to continue furthering your education and your skills and stuff. Like, and the fact of like finding people within this community, that was one of the main reasons why I created Kinknik. Was I was tired of being the only Black person in a space. Just full of people who that didn't look like me, but enjoy the same thing that I like. And I kept saying, I know that there's people that look like me that love what I do too. I just have to find them, and they came, like they came hard. So, now I've built those relationships with those individuals, and we're creating content together, and it's just been beautiful since then. So, but yeah, that's the benefits to it.
That's good.
I have a question for you guys, though.
Okay,
what is it?
Have you guys participated in any form of BDSM?
No, I have not.
No. I mean, is anal? Is that just? Act. I've done the whole, like, I don't know. I've never done like a whole like scene, but I've definitely done like super rough sex. Does that fall under BDSM?
Things that you were doing.
Like choking and spitting in the mouth.
Forms of kinks and fetishes, yeah.
Okay.
That seems like light work to me. I say no.
It's light work, but light work can become extreme.
I need to stay light.
Becoming like this and start coming in your face, like on you. That's extreme. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like instead of like a little drool, like a little.
Yeah.
I teach people in my course the different types of domination. So we have like psychological, we have extreme, we have sensual domination, and financial domination. So there's different forms of domination. So like sensual will be that, let me just drool down in your mouth a little bit while I'm gently choking you. Whereas extreme is more like I'm choking the hell out of you and I'm smacking your face, spitting on your face. Like I'll spit in someone's face and take my feet and rub it all over their face.
Oh yeah,
I wish somebody would let me financially dominate them. Now, that's what I'm into.
I do too. But when I see the girls, I follow a couple different doms on Twitter and on Instagram, and everybody always makes it seem like it's so easy to get the financial domination.
Membership program that is not that fucking easy. I'm not going to sit here and it's one of the shortest segments of it's one of the shortest courses in my classes in my course, because I'm just sitting here it's pretty self-explanatory. It's like, well, how did you get your, for me, my fin subs and my pay pics came to me. If they're saying, I want to send you some money, what's your Cash App? What's your PayPal? Then I'm going to give it to them. But I have a whole foot page on Instagram now. And if I put any hashtags involving foot fetish, they come and they're not real. They're scams. They're just scams. They're just going to ask you to send them $10 because they don't believe that you're going to stick around if they give you $800.
Oh boy, fuck you.
Stick around
if
for
you
$10.
If you don't, who is falling for that? That's what somebody's falling for it.
Fall for it. There are people on here that are not educated, that they see those women doing those things and they put themselves in danger. I don't like that shit. It makes me uncomfortable. That's the reason why when I first became a cam girl, I'm a nosy motherfucker. I'm before I became one, I was studying a lot of them. Seeing what they were doing, how they were doing it, how they communicated with people that they were interacting with, and how far it went for them. Everybody was different. There are some people that are extremely rude and they're like, give me my money, fuck you. I'm popping my pussy, give my money, and I'm over. And then there are some people that's like, I show you my breast. Please, can I have some money, please? You have different types of people doing different types of things.
And then I'm always wondering, how much money are you really getting? Because sometimes people say they're getting the money from the people, and then you go look at their page, and it's are you just getting gas money or real money? What type of money are you getting? If you're just getting $50 from a nigga, I'm good, bro. I want a house.
That's the thing, though. A lot of femdoms have established relationships with their fin subs. So they start off with $50 and then they end up you know what? I like you a lot. I'm gonna give you $1,500 today.
That's why I'll never excel, because I want to start with the $1,500.
That's what I'm saying. There are women that are give me the money. I don't give a fuck. I came out here to make money, and they never make no money because they hurt. they whooping a lot. I don't do that no more. I don't really. Financial domination just comes with me being a femdom. I financially dominate submissives that I physically see. My sub that I got to see later on today, I'll literally say, he'll say, madam, we're having our session today at what time? And I'll tell him I'm going to be there for 7:00. Okay, madam, is there anything you need? Yeah, I want this. I want my green rolled up. I want some fruit cut up. I want this. I want a nice little cold top, mineral water. And then I want this amount of money laid out on the table along with what you're going to give me for the session. Now, also, sometimes I don't even want money. I want gifts. Because I'd rather just have the gifts so I ain't got to spend my own money on it. If I need something for a toy or something a new dildo, instead of me spending my own money on it, I just send a picture to one of my subs. They'll say, I'm assuming this is what you want. Yes. Today. Order it now. And they usually do.
You got an Amazon wish list she sent out? Mm-hmm. The link is there.
You know what I'm saying? That I would prefer, me, some people like that findom game shit. That's why I said I'm a part of the BDSM community, because I like the physical aspect of it. Being able to physically dominate somebody is how I get my release. I don't want to be on the internet give me your money. Because at any point in time, they can expose you as a sex worker on PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, all of that shit.
Then you're going to have a whole nother web of problems.
And I've already did that before. I'm on my 3rd Cash App.
God damn.
Yeah. They find out, because when I was doing my cam girl stuff, a lot of people are going there and be like, I'm on squirting videos. They'll put that, what you're sending the Cash App for, they'll put exactly what they're getting. Anal videos, foot videos, and I'm just stop. You can put groceries. You ain't gotta put shit on there. You ain't gotta put nothing on there. But Cash App sees that and they're like,
They shut you down.
Yeah. They won't let you get a cash card. They won't verify your address. They just do little shit like that. And you know that there's no way that you can call anybody directly on there. So you just have to get a whole new phone number, email, and a debit card.
Mm-hmm. That is a shame. Well, Madam Carmen, we are going to move on to Indecisive Diane. When we come back, you will help us give some of our listeners some advice.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
Hey ladies, sorry, I was checking out my gold tooth. Okay, so if you like salty balls, you'll love this date idea for this week. It's called the Salt Yard. Here's the address. The food isn't that good, but here you go. 1820 Peachtree Road, Atlanta, Georgia. The drinks are nice. Tell them I sent ya.
Okay, and now we're back and it's time for the advice. Remember that if you want us to answer your questions, you can email us. The email for that is askcocktails@gmail.com. Okay. So this first one says, "Hey, Kiki and Medinah, love you guys so much. I've been listening since 2017 and haven't missed an episode yet. I'm a 26-year-old woman working towards greatness, yet still have a lot of room for improvement. I ain't saying your name, but she's a Cancer, a femme, kind of shy unless there's liquor involved, and she's pretty damn creative. So here it goes. Me and one of my coworkers, her name is Bree, also a femme and an Aries, reconnected at work when we were hired back in 2018. I haven't seen her since like 3rd grade before then. I'm talking 02, 03 type shit. We were just friends at first until it started with little comments and certain looks, but me being shy, I ignored them. One day I said, fuck it. I told her how I felt and gave her my number. From then on, we started talking, catching up and whatnot. Always on each other, looking each other up and down like she could really get this work. Do you hear me? The sexual chemistry was, definitely there. Sometimes I would get wet just thinking of the nasty sex that could go on between us. She loved touching and teasing me. I was always in awe when she was around, but you know, I had to play it cool even though I loved every bit of it. I was good at playing the innocent role, but wrong. I wasn't innocent. I wanted her so damn bad. Her sex appeal, oh my fucking G's, amazing. Pretty ass chocolate skin, petite, pretty ass smile, the cutest laugh, and so down to earth. All right, enough of that. I'm getting kind of hot just thinking about her. So everything is going good. We're hanging out a lot, especially at work, until one day I was in a bit of an ugly mood. My period was near. I know how that can be. And she came to my work unit as usual, talking and whatnot. I pretty much gave her the cold shoulder. Big mistake. She asked me what was wrong, assuming I was mad at her. I told her nothing, and I could see that she was a bit annoyed and confused. So a few days go by, and I don't hear anything from her until I see her, and I try to talk to her. She looked at me like, stop talking to me, while rolling her eyes. I did just that and walked away. We later had a few words through text where I explained that I wasn't feeling well. I was sorry, and I really didn't want to be bothered at the time. She didn't care. Told me that my vibe was off and basically to kick rocks. Damn, that was drastic. It's been almost a month and a half and we haven't spoke one word to one another, and it's a bit awkward because we work together. We literally walk past each other like we don't know each other from a can of paint. I miss her and I still want to fuck at least. LOL JK. Girl, you not playing. I know that. Oh, she said kind of. I know the sex will be out of this world. I also want to make amends because we were friends first, but I don't know where to start, being that I'm so quiet. She's an asshole. And if she diss me, I'm going to want to fight. Whoa. It's so hard for me to initiate anything. I also feel like this situation is so childish. And if I want to deal with her, and do I want to deal with her, if that's all it takes for her to go ghost? Any advice?
When people act childish like that, especially girls, because we can sometimes do it a lot when we're about to start our periods, or if we're just feeling emotional, or if we want attention and we feel like we haven't got any. I say just that, like, girl, this is childish. Stop. You know, we still want to be friends, or we still, whatever y'all doing, fucking or being friends. I think you should say something if you still want her to be in your life. She seems a tad dramatic. I don't even understand what really happened.
Yeah, I would say fuck it because it's too much. It's too much. All because you had a bad day. People have bad days. I don't think you want to deal with somebody who is acting like this. This too much. Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
Madam Carmen, do you have anything you want to add?
I agree. I feel like that, I'm not really for the childishness. I'm very straightforward and direct about pretty much everything. I'm a big advocate of transparency, so you gotta be honest. Otherwise, your expectations they don't match what you've done, like your contribution. So I agree.
Okay. Girl, I'll help you figure that out. Okay, this one says, hey ladies, first off, I love you guys. I've gotten very lazy and comfortable during this pandemic, especially since I've been working from home. I've gained a good 20 pounds and I occasionally will feel depressed about not being able to leave the house and canceled trips, but not to the point of concern. My live-in boyfriend continues to work outside of the home, and when he comes home, he'll often make hints about me looking pretty comfortable. Oh, that's rude. Such as tugging on my bonnet, asking if I've showered. But bitch, if you're not showering, bro, you gotta shower. I do shower, but I put my PJs back on or lazy clothes no matter the time of day. I am wondering if you ladies can offer some advice on how to get back to yourself because I'm struggling and I don't want it to affect my relationship. Maybe some self-care tips for mental and physical health. Thanks in advance, ladies. P.S. I ordered my cookbook, Kiki. I can't wait till it drops.
I'm watching the damn email every day. Like, where's my package? Gotta get this shit out. I don't know. Maybe find something that you like to do that makes you want to get out of bed. Maybe like force yourself to put on clothes, even if it's not like getting dressed up to the nines, and go somewhere. Like get up and do something. Get back to what makes you happy by yourself. And then maybe you'll feel more comfortable to do the other things and like brush your hair, take your bonnet off, like go take some pictures for the gram or something, go somewhere. And like, I think once you just go ahead and do it, cause it can be work. I totally understand. But once you do it and it's like, okay, I'm feeling better. Like sometimes when I'm having a bad day, I will beat the fuck out of my face and fix my hair. And it makes me feel better. So maybe you just need to do it.
Yeah, sis. You got to get up out that bed and take that bonnet off that head. Go to the park. And put some makeup on like Kiki said. Go to the park. If you're working from home, get dressed like you're going to work and go somewhere else and work from outside of your house. I've had to do that. I'll either go to my rooftop by the pool, whether it's in the conference room. Sometimes I'll go to the park. Just do it so you can start to get back in the routine of getting up and getting dressed and leaving the house. The weight gain part, bitch, I gained 10 pounds since quarantine. So I'm with you on that. But you got to start somewhere, even if it's walking to Starbucks instead of driving or Uber Eats. Don't Uber Eats. Go get your food and walk if you can.
That'll help. I hate to say it, but you probably gonna have to like do some working out. I don't know if you have a pool or access to a pool. I really enjoy the pool workouts because my knees be hurting and my ankles and I still got these damn bunions. So, I just have a lot of aches and pains. I got back problems and shit. It's like I'm 83 years old. But when you're in the pool...
We're really getting old.
Like water aerobics and stuff, as old lady-ish as that may sound, it really is easier and it's going to be a full body workout. So, I mean, try it. But then you said you gain weight and you don't like it, so maybe you don't want to be in a swimsuit, which I also get. I don't know, girl, good luck. But try some things. Just start moving.
Good luck. And start right after you listen to this episode. Like get up and go do something.
Keep your headphones in.
Yourself a spa day. I think that would have been more like...
Say that again.
A spa day. Those work.
Yeah.
Just take yourself out. Give yourself a reason. Like I know the reason why I say that is because even putting makeup on sometimes just doesn't like settle the score for myself. So like I always have to do something else, like put makeup on and then go out and get my toes done. And then come back home and be like, I'm pretty from toes to my face. Like, paint your own toes too.
Yeah.
But, going out and just giving yourself that relaxation of being able to just kind of relax and take yourself and go get a massage. Like help get those muscles back working.
Do that. Do all of that.
Okay, this other one is really long, so I'll just save this one for next week. The other advice. let me put it in I have this desk in my room, and I call it my office. I just love sitting over here. My chair still hasn't come, but whatevs. Okay, so
I went outside today, bro. The postal service, they are not playing. They had a whole boycott all on Lenox Road. I don't know what's going on, but it made me be like, well, let me figure out what's going on, because people's packages have not been getting delivered because the mail people is
because he's trying to do all of these things. I saw some article about the mail sorters, and it's like how they're already swamped with packages, mail, and everything else. Okay, so now we will move on to cocktails. Remember, if you have a cocktail, you want to share it on the show, you can send it to us, cocktails.atl@gmail.com. Okay, so you want to go first, Madam Carmen?
Yes.
Let's hear this story.
Okay, so you talk about this whole race thing. So, I had a session with this particular guy, and we met at a hotel. He was very, very already anxious and gung-ho just to have a session with me. So it was a pegging session, and he talked a lot. I don't like people who talk a lot. Just try to tell me what to do. Ooh, fuck my ass, madam, please. Just so excited. And finally got into the scene where I'm actually pegging him, and I'm using a really large dildo. And as I'm going inside of him, he's kind of moving a little bit, ooh, ooh, ooh. And then eventually when I pull out, he starts bleeding.
I'm going home. The scene is over. Nope.
I was like, hey, look, you're bleeding. He turned around and he was like, you raped my ass, madam. You raped me. And he just kept saying that. And I was like, no. He's like, no, you raped me. Look at my ass. It's bleeding. You raped me. He was actually excited about that. And I'm like, okay, let's go clean yourself up. And he was like, are you going to? I said, no, the session is over. So he's like, please. He begged me. I said, okay. I made him perform an enema. So he performed the enema to make sure everything was kind of clean out of there. I didn't use that same strap, that same dildo. I used a smaller one. But as I'm in his ass, this man turns around and says, tell me to say Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
Sir.
Did you do it?
Did you do it?
I stopped the scene.
When the scene stops like that, is it weird? Everyone's just grabbing their bloody tools.
No. We talked about it afterwards. How it made me uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm not going to make you say something that you may not mean. So, if you mean it, you're going to say it. Even if I got a dick in your ass, you're going to say it. And I feel that way about that. So I feel like he just wanted me to say that shit because, nigga, you on some Trump White Lives Matter shit, and you just want to say Black Lives Matter because of this taboo scene that you're in. This black woman fucking you with a big ass black dick, and you just wanted to say Black Lives Matter to set this mode. It's just like when you see old girl from Players Club and he was like, I'm black and I'm proud. It's like a mockery of your culture, and I didn't like that. So it made me uncomfortable when I end the scene.
But you charge him double?
No, he gave me a tip. He gave me a really nice tip. Especially for making his ass bloody. So yeah.
I would also need money to go to the hospital. I need to get everything tested, bro. Your whole booty blood is Jesus. That was a bloody cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this week, you guys, I'm going to read a cocktail that one of our listeners sent in. The subject line is porn waterworks with my man. She said, hey ladies, it's so funny. As I'm writing this, I'm hearing it being read in Medinah's voice, laughing my ass off. But anyway, y'all already know you're the shit. Love the show. I hope to come to a live show. And as soon as this pandemic shit is over. But anyway, let's get into it. So last night, me and my man was sipping on some Ciroc VS brandy. And we both already knew it was going down. We had watched porn for the first time together earlier in the day, but I guess we both needed that liquid courage to really get into it. So we're about 5 shots in, and I say, want to try to watch it again, baby? The porn. He says, yep. So I give him the laptop and he goes straight into the search bar and types in ebony deep throat. Now, I usually ease into it with a little softer porn first and then go for the gold. But shit, I'm like, I guess we driving straight into it tonight. Before the video starts, I already feel my pussy throbbing. I'm drunk. I've had 4 she orgasms. And I'm already fiending for my dick. He eases his big chocolate hand down my panties and chuckles when he feels this whop. She put in parentheses wet ass pussy like we all know. He's softly rubbing my clit and I am in heaven. We clicking from deep throat to deep throat video. Oh, we clicking from deep throat to deep throat video. And by this time, I'm damn near soaked. I'm stroking his shit, using my spit to keep it nice and wet, and he's hard as a rock. He's even moaning a little, which I fucking love. We both getting closer and closer to coming, telling each other not to stop. And before you know it, that man is squirming and bust a fat ass nut. I come shortly after him and I'm stuck for about 3 minutes. After we clean up, I couldn't help myself but to go right down and suck his dick. I'm like, I'm snatching baby soul tonight. So I go in on him straight to deep throating. His dick feels good as fuck in my throat, and he's slightly pressing on my head to push it further. A couple minutes later, I'm out of breath, and I can't tell he's getting close. And I can tell he's getting close. And girl, I'm excited. I swear I get such a rise out of making him go crazy. His dick starts throbbing in my mouth and I feel him about to come. So I push that dick as far down as I can go and let him come down my throat. Child, baby was a loss of words. He cleaned himself up and I damn near started the 3rd round, but he was going crazy. Y'all know how they be when it's too much stimulation. But yes, bomb ass night to be replicated soon. LOL. I love y'all.
Thanks, girl.
Thank you, girl. You just gave me the inspiration. I try to let my nigga come in the back of my throat. As soon as I know he's about to do it, I can't do it. I can't do it. No. I have in my throat. I like it to be controlled. Like if you're already in my mouth.
Ever? Oh, girl, I be rubbing that shit in. You don't like it?
I'm weird. I used to say that I would only swallow if I was to marry that man.
Oh.
I'm with a woman now, so I'm swallowing her all up anyway. So. Different ball game, but
yeah, that's a little easier. Okay. So I was going to read a cocktail, but I'm not. I'm going to tell y'all what happened and don't say shit. Okay. Cause it's not good. But I forgot I had told y'all, I'm going to tell y'all even when the shit is whack. So when I go back to reading in a couple of weeks, you will realize why. Okay. So, this weekend, like I said earlier, I had all them people at my house, right? Then it was Raven's birthday and there were all those children. They were exhausting me. They came back the other day. And so we go to my aunt's house. We had dinner over there. We're all hanging out. All the cousins are playing. Walker has a new dog. They're playing with the dog and shit. But I was just tired from the kids. And then we had been drinking a whole bunch of wine because that's what happens when we go over to Sean's house. It's just wine. It's like, girl, where are you pulling the wine from? She just has cases and cases of wine racks full of wine.
And yes, and it's just like, do you want more wine?
Yeah, and it's like, well, damn, bitch, how many bottles did we drink? I don't know. So anyway, everybody stayed at my house that night. I don't have a house, I have an apartment. So like that space. So I was just like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm getting some dick tonight and I'm not going home. I'm dropping all these people off with all their damn questions. You know how kids can be asking all these questions and I'm going to get some. So we get there. I didn't say nothing to nobody. It was kind of a silent ride home. Get there. I text my friend. Well, he had actually texted me and asked if I wanted to come over. I said yes, and I'm staying. Okay. I'm leave all them damn kids at my house. I'm coming. So he says, okay, cool. So I damn near pushed them out of the car, trying to hurry up and get them out. I was like, take the keys, whatever. I'll be back in the morning. Auntie Diva, where are you going? I'm handling grown folks' business. You guys go inside. You can have my bed, stretch out, relax, sleep on the couch. I don't care. I gotta go. I'll be back in the morning. I'm all excited to go over there and give me some dick or whatever, because I figure it's gonna be a pain reliever, a stress reliever. While I got there, as soon as I got there, I had to pee. I peed and I went and sat on the couch and fell asleep. Yes, I did.
No,
and I was just like, what
Kiki.
the fuck? So somehow I guess he put me in the bed eventually. Wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, hell no. I came over here with a mission, and the mission is not going to like not be completed. So I wake him up sucking his dick, right? Everything's going fine. We're fucking. It's really good. Really enjoying myself. I remember why I don't like spending the night over there, because I don't like that bed, but whatever. I'm just happy to have a little bit of space. I start my period in the middle of us fucking. Well, not start my period. You know when you think your period is over, but it ain't really over. It's like a little bit left. And so when they be in there fucking you and stuff, it brings that blood right on back down. So then I was annoyed because he's not really into period sex like that. And I was just like, are you really just going to stop? No. He was like, yeah, I may as well finish. So I haven't had sex in a few days, and I keep trying to make sure that the blood is gone, but I'm fucking him again today. And if it's more blood coming down, it's more blood coming down. He's just going to have to figure it out how to get over it.
Take some Tylenol, especially since you're that light. You only have to take like 4 or 5. It'll stop it.
Well, nothing is coming out right now. Like the period is, I take birth control pills. So Sunday was supposed to be the first day that I didn't have no period, but it was still a little blood. So I feel like it's Tuesday. The shit better work. It better work. So pray for me. Hopefully I'll have a juicy cocktail. I can tell you I did some nasty shit. I have some requests that I sent him. So hopefully he will fulfill those. Otherwise, I won't fuck him again. And that's my cocktail. Thanks,
Hope
girl.
it works out for you. There's nothing worse than wanting some dick and you don't get it. Carmen, thank you so much for coming on our show. Let everyone know where they can find you out. If you have anything coming up, let everyone know.
I'm having my event this weekend, August 22nd. Kinknik is the third one officially. First one after COVID. And then also follow me on on Instagram at Just Miss Lovely, JustMissLovely. Just Miss Lovely. That's me on Insta.
Okay, well, thanks again. Thank you so much for coming. Remember, you guys, sign up on Patreon. Medinah did the most recent bonus episode. I'll be posting a new bonus episode on Monday. Bonus episodes will come out every Monday. It's patreon.com/cocktails. And also, you can hit us up via email, CockTalesAtl@gmail.com, if you want to send in a cocktail, if you want us to come on your show, if you want to refer a guest maybe, and we'll see if they'll be a good fit, if you want to advertise, any of that good stuff. And then you can also follow us on Instagram at Cocktails Podcast. I'm at Kiki Said So. And until next week, you guys, goodbye.
Good. I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Population. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.